Hey, I am Elizabeth Polinsky, and I am a marriage counselor in Norfolk, Virginia. And I also have a podcast called the Communicate and Connect podcast for military relationships. And today I wanted to talk about 5 conversations that people should be having before they get married, and really to prepare them for marriage. Okay, so why am I talking about this? One is because I have a lot of people who come into my office for marriage counseling, and they have never had some of the conversations that I think are pretty foundational to just getting off on the right foot and setting your marriage up for success from the very beginning. And so these are 5 conversations that I think are absolutely necessary to get yourself set up to start your marriage and start off well. Okay, so number 1. The first one is career goals and career flexibility. So this is especially true if you are marrying somebody who is in the military, because you need to know, is your career flexible? Are you going to be able to move around and follow someone else's career? Is your partner's career, are they flexible? Can they move around with you? Other professions where this is relevant include sometimes like academia, like professors working at colleges and universities. They often have to move around for their career. Are you willing to follow your partner around the country? Are you able to keep your career going and afloat while you're following someone else? These are things that are really, really important to kind of have some sort of an agreement on or under mutual understanding of before you get married. Okay, number 2. The second one is kids. You want to make sure that you are on the same page with whether or not you guys want to have kids before you get married. This is huge. I've seen couples get divorced over this. So, what if one of you wants kids and the other one doesn't? There's not a ton that marriage counseling can do to help with a situation like that. So you want to know, are both of you up for having kids? That's number 1. Okay, let's say that you can't have kids. Is somebody so adamant that they really want kids, and they want biological kids? Would they leave the relationship if for some reason you are not capable of having kids? Or would they be open to foster care and adoption? These are conversations to have ahead of time because, unfortunately, even when people really want kids, sometimes it's really actually kind of hard to get pregnant. And this can be really hard for couples. And I've seen couples break up around this as well. So being on the same page with, do we both want kids? Okay, what if we can't actually have kids? Are we still wanting to be in this relationship? Are we open to adopting? Finding other solutions to have a family. Okay, number 3, getting fresh and kind of like having a clean slate starting off the marriage. So get rid of secrets. Secrets are way worse when they come out years down the line. And it's so much nicer to know that you're starting off the marriage fresh, where there are no secrets. Start with a pattern of honesty and transparency and openness, and have those be the building blocks. So even if you have had a secret in your relationship, talking about it before you get married can actually help the two of you heal before you even get married, which is so much nicer. So that way you can start off. And this is where sometimes couples counseling is really helpful before people get married. Like, outside of just premarital counseling, more like in-depth couple counseling work can be really helpful for repairing and healing before repairing and healing from secrets before you get married. So that way you're starting off the marriage in a healed, secure place together. Okay, number 4. This is money. You want to talk about money. Money is a very common reason why people get divorced. And you want to know how people are with spending. Are they spenders or savers? What is the debt situation like? What do you both expect to happen in terms of budgeting? What are the expectations for how much each person brings in financially into the marriage? Even trying to come up with a budget together, what that would look like for the two of you. These are really good conversations to have ahead of time, so that way you aren't shocked by someone else's money management preferences down the road. Okay, 5, the last one, is you want to talk about sex. And I include monogamy versus non-monogamy in this category. So oftentimes people have different expectations when it comes to sexual frequency, as well as the quality of sex, the types of things they're interested in doing together, and then monogamy. So you want to just kind of talk about if you have certain expectations for what your sexual life might look like once you're married, what frequency would be ideal for you, if there are things that you're wanting to try but have never tried together. Just starting to open up this discussion now is going to be really helpful. It's also really important because if you guys do have kids, that is a time period where people's sex drive really diminishes, and the frequency of sex is a lot less just because there's so much energy and focus on the baby. So even being able to talk about sex is important for being able to prepare for that, so that way you can still be intentional about setting aside time to focus on you and the relationship. One of the things that is why I included this is because I've had some people who have come and told me that they've never had an orgasm, and it's because they never had discussions with their partner about what they actually like sexually and what would help them have an orgasm. And this is just, I don't know, everyone should be able to be satisfied sexually with their partner. So if that is not happening, then that is important to talk about. And sometimes it may even involve talking either to a marriage counselor or sometimes even a sex therapist who can help work through whatever is going on sexually. And the other part about talking about sex is monogamy versus non-monogamy. There are lots of different forms of non-monogamy, and I won't go into all of that here, but are the two of you open to other romantic or sexual interactions with other people, with other couples? Like, being on the same page and talking about that ahead of time is really nice, because I've worked with some people where it comes up later down the road that someone is interested in trying it, and then it's a huge shock to the partner who thought they were going to be monogamous the whole time. And so just being on the same page with what are you both interested in trying or not trying, or having as the basis as your relationship, this is pretty important to be on the same page as well. If you liked this video and found it helpful, I'd love it if you subscribed and if you left a comment down below. All right.